Gamers, pixel pushers, and fellow button mashers, welcome! The arcade is now open. So as you can see, I have a shiny Pumpkaboo in the background. My prized possession. Oh no, please tell me it's not raining in-game. Malamar. Oh, there's still Sandyghast. Okay. It is not raining, it is just overcast. Okay, good. I was a little worried there for a second. Okay. I mean, if it was raining or something and I couldn't hunt Sandyghast, then I would, instead, like, pivot to something else. I just hope it doesn't start raining at any point. Oh, is it now sunny? No, it's overcast. Oh, weird. Okay, anyway. So we have a Brilliant Aura right here. Not a shiny, but at least it's a Brilliant. I'll go ahead and update the counter. We're just gonna do Dark Pulse. Your Pokemon gained EXP points. Nice. I gained 295 watts. Oh, there is Grapplock still. Okay, I was wondering if he was still going to be here. And Toxapex. Interesting. What's here normally instead of Toxapex? I forget. Pink Urchin or something like that? Anyway. So every time I go between boundaries, it's going to be weird because the weather changes. So like right now I'm in Courageous Cavern and it's like, oh hey look, it's all sunny out there. But then I go to Loop Lagoon and it's like, nope, it's overcast. I'm just happy it's not raining. I'll take it. Oh, another Brilliant Aura. That was fast. Still not shiny, but that's okay. Two in the first 2 minutes. That's pretty crazy. Come on, Sandcastle. I gained 295 watts. Apparently, Brilliant Auras only have like a 3% chance to spawn, so the fact that I got 2 in a row like that is actually pretty good. And that's how I know I've crossed the boundary, is when the weather changes. Okay. Any Brilliance over here? Yeah, so I got really lucky. I swear I've gotten 2 Brilliant Auras, like, in the same spawn group before. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened before, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully it doesn't start raining. I think weather, like, changes on the hour. So I should be fine for the stream, but if it starts raining or something in game, then I'll know to change and pivot to something else. Though I'm not sure what to pivot to, so. No. Okay. So I did bring a little list of topics to talk about, so I'm not just, like, silent and saying, like, oh, no aura, no aura, you know, over and over. So the first of those topics is jigsaw puzzles. Anyone who likes jigsaw puzzles lurking or anything? I've completed, I don't know, like 10 or so at this point. I forget how many exactly. If I thought about it for a minute, I'd be able to tell you which ones I've done. Not necessarily their names, because I don't have that info necessarily, but and I also glue my jigsaw puzzles once I'm done because I like having the completed piece. So I've done 2 Pokemon ones. One that was Pokemon Cafe, which was pretty cool. That was 500 pieces, and then one that was, it's called Pokemon Battle Distortion. I know I said I couldn't name them all, but I can name a few of them. Pokemon Battle Distortion, specifically. It's a 300 piece puzzle. That's the one I did most recently. Let me think. So, Smoliv escaped. Oh no. Anyway. What other jigsaw puzzles have I done? Right now I'm working on a Halloween one. Whoops. Almost ran right into that. A Halloween one. It's called Halloween Terrors by Masterpieces. It's a glow-in-the-dark puzzle, which is pretty exciting. I'm excited for that. It's random cut, which I don't love. I'm not a big fan of random cut puzzles, I've learned. But it's not too bad. It's got pretty strong color sorting going on for it, so it works out. It's still pretty relaxing. I might work on it actually after stream a little bit. What else? I did like a butterfly one once. That was my first one, was a butterfly one. I forget, oh, what's it called? I knew it at one point. Flights of Fancy, maybe? I forget what brand it was, though. But I think it was called Flights of Fancy, but it was a butterfly one. It was pretty. My first ever jigsaw puzzle. And then I did this one with a parrot, I think, on it. Was it a parrot? Or a cockatiel? Or some large bird? I forget what it was. I want to say it was a parrot of some kind. That one was hard. Had a lot of, like, painterly lines and stuff like that, so... Which is to say, not very many lines at all. It was like an oil painting as a puzzle kind of thing. That one was real hard. Oh, okay, here's a Brilliant Aura again, finally. No shiny, but I'm adding it to my count. Let me think. So I also did, oh, this cool gradient kind of puzzle. I forget what it's called, but it was 300 pieces, and it had, like this big Northern Lights kind of, was it Northern Lights? No, it wasn't Northern Lights. What was it? It was light refracting, like, from a source. And it was just, like, otherwise dark. It's hard to describe, but it was a cool puzzle. Maybe sometime on the community tab I'll post pictures or something like that. If anyone's curious and wants to see the puzzles I've completed, I wouldn't mind taking pictures and posting that on my community tab. Just let me know. Anyway, I gained 295 watts, that's good. Any more Brilliant Auras? It could happen. I've definitely had it happen where there was 2 in one group. But that is not today. Okay. I also have a lot of puzzles I want to get. Like the Sonic the Hedgehog Ravensburger one, where it's like a scene from Sonic 1. That's pretty cool. Definitely want to get that. I want to get more Pokemon puzzles. I recently discovered that the Pokemon Center actually has its own batch of puzzles that are separate from, like, Buffalo games and stuff like that. The Explore series, or whatever, where each one is a different Pokemon region, those are pretty cool. I can see myself enjoying those. I forget how many pieces they are. They're either 500 piece puzzles or 1,000. I think they're 500 piece, but I could be wrong. I've never done a 1,000 piece puzzle, but I do have a couple. One of them is random cut from a brand that I'm learning to hate. Not learning to hate, but I'm like, the more I try and do it and stuff, the more I don't like it. Sun's Out is the brand. It's random cut. There's false edges all over the place. False fits. weird things where the pieces just kind of sit next to each other rather than actually locking in together and just stuff like that. It's just not fun. And unfortunately, I have 2 other puzzles from that brand that I've yet to do. One of which is 1,000 pieces, which I will not be touching anytime soon. Unfortunately, because it is a cool image. It's like a library with mystical creatures and stuff on the bookshelves, and it's a cool puzzle and everything, but it just sounds like... Whoops. Can you imagine if this was shiny? Grap locked? That'd be crazy. Anyway, we're just gonna run away. If it's not a Brilliant Aura Sandyghast, we have no purpose to battle it. The other 1,000 piece puzzle I have, though, I'm actually really excited about. It's a Mario Kart puzzle. Mario Kart Rainbow Road by the OP is what the brand was, I think. They have another Mario Kart puzzle that's like anti-gravity, and it's like Mario Circuit or something from Mario Kart 8 instead of Rainbow Road. But I like the Rainbow Road one, personally. I don't have the anti-gravity one, I just have the Rainbow Road one. But they're both 1,000 pieces. But it's actually standard cut instead of random, so it should be a lot easier to do. And I like gradient puzzles, and a Rainbow Road puzzle is more or less a gradient puzzle. That's part of why I got it, was because of that. And also, I just like Mario Kart and Rainbow Road, stuff like that. No Brilliant Auras. I feel like there's like less Sandyghast spawning than normal, but I could be wrong. I feel like there's usually 1 or 2 more that spawn at a time. But yeah, so I definitely want to explore the ones that are on Pokemon Center's website. There's like a haunted house one, which is pretty cool, that features ghost type Pokemon that I definitely want to do, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a big fan of ghost types. If you saw my team during the intro screen, you'll notice it's all ghost types, because I'm trying to build a shiny ghost team, which is not going great so far, but you know, comes with the territory. I've got a Pumpkaboo so far, which is my pride and joy. I absolutely adore it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Once you encounter that Grapple-locked and like run away or defeat it or something, it just doesn't spawn anymore. That's so weird. I'm so used to seeing it there that without it, feels empty right there. Like there should be something else. There should be a Grapple-locked, but But yeah, so I have a number of puzzles I want to get. I also want to get like a puzzle caddy, like a thing that you can fold out and it folds up and you can do a puzzle on it and also like take the in progress puzzle with you and like just do it anywhere, you know? Brilliant Aura. Nope. Still not shiny. But hey, it's another Brilliant. We'll take it. 14 minutes in and we've found 4. That's not bad. Anyway, what was I saying? Puzzles. I have other stuff to talk about too, but I just want to focus on puzzles for a little bit. Oh, the puzzle caddy. Yeah. That would be great, because then I could, like, I don't know, take it to the library if I wanted to, or do it in my room or whatever, and like not just on the kitchen table. That'd be great. And it keeps it away from the cats too, which would be excellent. Speaking of cats, I also want to get some, they're called Tidy Boss sorting trays. And they're stackable and they have a lid. Yes, it's 8 stackable trays with 1 lid, because they stack, and so you only need the 1 lid. But, sorry, just making sure there's none that are brilliant. Um, that would be a game changer though, because right now I have felt sorting trays, which work okay, but I'd much rather have the white plastic, wider trays, and like having 8 of them would make sorting so much better than just having the 4 felt ones I have. Because I could sort so much like more by color, by shape, by whatever into the trays instead of onto the mat kind of thing. Um, yeah, the puzzle I'm working on, Halloween Terrors by by Masterpieces, sorry. Um, it's cool. I'm enjoying it. I have the border done and then like the top right quadrant almost done. Oh, here's a brilliant. Still not shiny, but it's another brilliant. Okay. Yeah, so today if I work on it, I'm probably going to work on the bottom quadrant maybe. Bottom left, which is orange. Top right was blue. There was like a full moon with a witch in front of it, which I thought would be easy enough to do. Still took me some time, but I got it. The puzzle is small though. For a 500 piece puzzle even, it's small. I swear it's like 10 by 15. It's tiny. Like, I'm surprised all the pieces will eventually fit to make the puzzle kind of small, you know? But I've gotten the whole border. There's no false edges or anything, so it's not like, I don't have to worry about that, you know? No auras, okay. So let me think, what else do I want to talk about? We can talk about manga for a little bit. Specifically German manga, because I'd like to get some, to practice my immersion with. Because, I mean, you've probably seen that I play German games on stream to immerse. Because I'm, you know, trying to become fluent in the language kind of deal. And I really want to try and read manga in German. And I've made this huge list. It's not that big actually, but of manga that I want to read, including like Yu-Gi-Oh, which I'm very excited about because I actually have read that manga all the way through before, but in English. And I plan on rereading it before I actually get the German version. That way I can prompt myself and prompt's not the word I want to use. What's the word I'm trying to use? I don't know, but what's the word I'm trying to think of? Not prompt. What's the word? Prime myself? Prime myself, I think is the word I'm trying to think of. For, the German vocab and stuff like that. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a big one. Assassination Classroom is another one I'd like to read. Soul Eater is another one. That comes in the same format as the Yu-Gi-Oh! They both come in what's called massive volumes, which are 3 in 1. So they're like little 600-page bricks. And by little, I just mean they're like they're shorter than American manga. And a little bit bigger than Japanese manga. They're kind of in the middle. What else? Pandora Hearts, that's another one I'd like to read. Ouran High School Host Club. Tokyo Ghoul. If I can find all the volumes, Psychic Detective Yakumo. I found like all but volume 5 on Amazon DE. Which is unfortunate, which means I'll have to dig for more to find the rest of it. But it does exist. In German, no less. I did find out that, like, certain series like Gaku Garashi, which is School Live, didn't get a German release, unfortunately, which sucks. It did get a French release, I think, but it did not get a German release. Which sucks, because, like, I want to read that series in German, dang it. I haven't actually read the manga. I've seen the anime, which was excellent, but I have not read the manga. But that'll have to be an English-only manga series for a while, probably. Which means I'm not going to collect it anytime soon. My focus is German manga. But, yeah. What else? No brilliant auras. Okay. Oh, I almost ran right into that. I went right past it. Like, I was a hair away from its hitbox. It is kind of dreary outside today, so this weather here matches. It's been like rainy, snowy kind of day. It was wet snow earlier, and then it was rain, and that is not a brilliant aura, so I'm not going to count it. Imagine if it was shiny, I would have flipped out. But because it's not brilliant, we're not going to fight it. And I'm not going to count it towards my total right now. Okay. Because it was not brilliant, and I'm only counting brilliance. That was not the case up until this point. Before I started streaming the shiny stuff. Like the 1000 encounters are not brilliant auras. They were just any Sandyghast I could find kind of thing. I was just fighting every single one, because I didn't know that after 500 encounters, brilliant aura ones get a boosted odds. Even sooner than that, but like 500 encounters is the max of the boosted odds. So I had no idea. I was wasting so much time. After 500, I could have just been hunting brilliance, and I'd probably have it by now. Dang it. But it's okay, you live and you learn. I'm hunting this much more consistently, though. Like, this is my 3rd week in a row of doing it. Normally I just, like, pick it up every few months or so and just try and do it for, like, an hour or two, and then it doesn't happen, and then I just move on for a little while. So this topic wasn't on my list, but I guess I could talk about VTubers, because I'm kind of into those. I'm very into those, but, like, right now I'm more into those than some other stuff. So VTubers, something I would love to be one day, but it's not in the cards right now. One day, that'd be great. At the very least, a PNG tuber, but, you know. So what VTubers have I been getting into? Well, earlier I was watching Koseki Biju, or Bibu, or 81800, as she calls herself sometimes. Which is Bibu, but spelled out with numbers, you know. I was watching her play Super Mario 64. That was pretty fun. Watching her fail against King Bob-omb was unfortunate, but funny, so. And her obsession with backwards lawn jumps are great. Like, she wants to speedrun so bad, but she's never actually played the game. A lot like me, I'd like to speedrun the game, but I've never played it proper. So, it probably won't be something I speedrun ever, just because, like, I think it would be a lesson in frustration, if nothing else. It's not really my style of game that I like to play. You know, I'm not a big platformer person. Nothing against them, they're just not my thing. Not what I vibe with. So that's why if I do speedrun a game, which I would like to one day, it will probably be a Pokemon game. So yeah, Koseki Biju. I need to get back into watching like Rina Lunette. I haven't watched her in a while, but I do miss watching her. She's one of my favorites. She's from Stellarverse Productions, if nobody has heard of her. She's quite small for a VTuber, so that's why I say that. Bijou, most people would know if they know VTubers, because she's from Hololive. She's not the biggest Hololive VTuber, but she's definitely up there. And she streams, like, for easily, like, 6+ hours often. And it's just like, how in the world does she do that? Her chat goes a million miles an hour, I swear to God. Well, actually, no, I've definitely seen faster chats. But hers definitely goes considerably faster. And apparently she has, like, an auto-translate thing in her chat. So whenever it says Bao Bao, which people do in reference to Fuomoko, who are also Hololive VTubers, that's like the thing they say is Bao Bao because they're dogs. And so they like to do that. But people in the chat were saying that, and it was Bijou kept seeing it as smell, I guess. It just like auto-translated to that. So she's like, what is smell? I don't understand. She was so confused. I felt so bad. But at the same time, it's like, wow, okay. I didn't even know you could have auto-translate in your, like, YouTube chat and stuff. That's pretty cool, actually. If I ever develop a German audience, I'll definitely consider that. I mean, ideally, I'd like to just be able to communicate with German people without translating. But it's gonna be a bit before that happens. I'm still not quite conversational yet. Still no brilliance, that's okay. Let me think. So also Hysteria.eve is another one that I liked. She actually got a rebrand recently. She got isekai'd, apparently. Is like her lore now. Some parts of her design are still the same. She still has like the white hair and the dual colored eyes. She has like red and white eyes. Red and silver, I guess. But she went from like a candy themed FPS player to like a spooky kawaii kind of player, which I don't know if she still plays FPS games, probably somewhat. But it seems like she's leaning more into the horror vibe a little bit, which, I mean, I'm here for. I like horror games and stuff. Will I ever play them on stream? Maybe. Like RPG Maker horror? Sure. Stuff like Eve, The Crooked Man, Mad Father, what else? Like, I'll play those eventually on stream. I don't know when, but I'd like to. That'd be fun. I don't know if I can do them in an hour. Like, I wouldn't expect to complete the game in the hour, but I mean, like, I don't know if I can stop within an hour. I don't know. And I debated whether I wanted to try playing them in German or not, but I think I'd rather play them in English. Because trying to solve puzzles and stuff in a foreign language is not ideal. I've learned that from playing Pokemon in a different language. Like that library puzzle in Schwarze Edition. I had a little cheat sheet for it and everything, and I still had trouble with it. The cheat sheet little thing I had was not in the proper order, so that's my bad. Anyway. Any brilliant auras? I feel like it's been a bit since we've seen one. No? Nope. Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna watch her new, like, debut from a month ago, Hysteria's, and see what her content is, like, what direction it's going in now, because I honestly have no idea. I know she played Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 recently, which I have yet to watch any Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Last I saw was, like, Chapter 3, I think, with Catnap. Was that Chapter 3? I'm not super into Poppy Playtime, but I will watch some people play it. Like Astral Spiff, I'll watch him play it. Probably InSim, he played it, didn't he? I feel like he did. The streamers I watch that are not VTubers... Oh hey, look, it's a brilliant aura, Choodle. Wow, let's shiny hunt Choodle next. I'm joking, My goal is Ghosts and Vanillux. Why Vanillux? I don't know, I just really like the way it looks. No real reason, honestly. It's not like it's a favorite or anything, I just like the shiny and the coloring and stuff like that. But anyway, the streamers I watch that are not VTubers are Astral Spiff, Insim, and SCP Wyatt. Which I haven't watched SCP Wyatt in a while. I wonder what he's doing. He always does SCP Containment Breach and like mods for it. And then other SCP related games like Secret Lab, 5K. There was another one that was pretty big recently. What was it called? I forget. It was a lot of fun watching him play the Director's Cut. That was a lot of fun. I need to rewatch that sometime. Him playing SCP Director's Cut, where it was just so crazy. SCP-096 just absolutely busting through doors, closed doors and stuff, and just destroying them so you can't close them anymore and protect yourself. So chaotic. I loved it. I wonder, like, maybe I'll rewatch some of that tonight. Well, tonight I was gonna rewatch, or not rewatch, but watch Hysteria's debut stream, just so I know what her content's gonna be like. Because I'm not an FPS person, really. I don't vibe with those. But I feel like I would, if she's going more towards, like, horror content, or like stuff adjacent to that, then maybe. One VTuber that I do like quite a lot, but who only really does FPS, unfortunately, is Triggerfish. She does just chatting a decent amount as well, and like karaoke streams and stuff like that. But and she's from Aegis Link. She's another pretty small one, similar size to Rena, as I mentioned earlier. Still no brilliant auras. Okay. I almost ran right into that Malamar. I was not paying attention. I looked at the chat to make sure nobody had joined. Yeah, Triggerfish. So she does, like, FPS and stuff. I like her just chatting streams. Like, she's a chill person, and I like her sleepy persona and stuff like that. But I feel bad that I can't really watch her gameplay stuff because it's just games I'm not into. Like Apex Legends and Valorant, and there was another one. Not Overwatch. She probably played Overwatch, but there was another, like, really popular FPS. I forget what that was called, though. Nikki, I think, as well. Isn't that an FPS? Nikki, like, Goddess of Victory or something? I don't know. I don't know FPS games, so if I've said something wrong, I apologize. Like, if a game I mentioned just now was not an FPS game, I wouldn't know. Those are just names that I've seen in the space, so maybe I'd enjoy them. I haven't actually sat down and watched any, but it's just not my go-to kind of content, you know? I'm more into, like, Pokemon, Nintendo, retro games, horror games, especially indie horror, or, like, anomaly hunting horror games. Those are always fun. Stuff like I'm on Observation Duty, Exit 8, just spin-offs of that. Insim plays a lot of those. Every time there's a new one, he's like, ooh, I want to see what this is like, because he's a big fan of Exit 8 and I'm on Observation Duty. So anytime a new one comes out, he's like, ooh, I'm on top of that. I also really like watching, like, Welcome to the Game, Dead Signal, which is by the same dev. That's actually how I found Insim, I think. It was either through Observation Duty or Welcome to the Game 2, I can't remember. But I really love his gameplay style and stuff. And he has two adorable kitties. Abu and Zephyr. Very cute cats. Abu is like an orange tabby, fluffy. And then, Zephyr is like a fluffy tuxedo cat. Super cute. He's the kind of streamer I can just watch for hours. Like, I need to catch up on some of his streams. He recently played Captured again, I think, which is a cool anomaly hunting game. I feel like I haven't seen a Brilliant Aura in a while. I've just been talking, so I haven't really, like, you know, I've been looking and making sure they're not brilliant, but I feel like, I don't know, did I miss one or something? I hope not. I've been talking to, like, fill the air because I don't want to just have a dead stream of me just going, not brilliant, over and over, you know? Yeah, and then also, like, Astral Spiff. I haven't watched his stuff in a bit, but I was really into his, Security Breach content. FNAF Security Breach. His different challenge runs that he did for that, like, blindfolded. Did he do Security Breach blindfolded, now that I think about it? I know he did Poppy Playtime blindfolded, but I don't know if he did Security Breach. But he did other challenges, too, like, walking only, so, no running, he did no jumping. What else did he do? I don't know, I'm blanking right now, but that was a lot of fun to watch him do that. That's definitely more of like a background stream, not one I have to like sit there and actually pay attention to. In Sim, I feel like I do sit and pay attention to it more. Astral Spiff is more background for me. Oh hey, look, a Brilliant Aura, finally. Not shiny, but at least we finally got another Brilliant. I swear that was like 10 minutes of none. Yeah, so I'm trying to get more into VTuber streams and stuff like that. Cause I'm really into VTuber music. Like that's my main obsession with them is the music and the lore and like that kind of stuff. So I don't really watch the streams. I could, like I want to. I have a playlist of a whole bunch of VTuber streams I want to watch, though it's definitely too big now and I need to like separate it out into smaller playlists. It was one playlist, and it has, like, I don't know, 400 videos or something in it of VTuber streams. So VODs, I guess. Of various different VTubers. I mean, it's not all the same person. That's the problem, too, is that I need, like, people-specific ones, where one's Dr. Nova, one's Triggerfish, one is, I don't know, Hysteria, one is Fujikura Uruka, one is Biju. Whatever, you know? Oh. Brilliant, almost went right past it. I did not mean to go in circles around it like that, but I could have just gotten off the bike. It's fine. Anyway, another Brilliant. After our drought, we had 2 in a row. But yeah, so Biju's pretty fun. I was expecting a lot more chaotic gremlin energy. Like, she has some, for sure. But I was expecting, like, another Fuomoko kind of situation. And I'm pleasantly surprised that's not the case. I'm not hating on Fuomoko or anything. They're just not really my thing. The, like, cutesy voices and the... Like, they're always in character, you know? Like, they never break character, and... That's just too much for me. The voices throw me off and stuff. And it just feels like... I don't want to say inauthentic, but that's kind of the vibe I get from it. I prefer VTubers who act like just normal streamers, they just happen to have a VTuber model. Instead of ones that lean super heavily into the, like, character and stuff like that. It depends on what the character is. But I definitely prefer ones that are more chill. That's why I really like Rena Lunette. I feel like she plays into her character a decent bit, but not super crazy, so... No brilliance, okay. Um, and she does like dream journal streams too, once a month. Which are pretty cool. I definitely want to check out some of those. I haven't watched any yet. Or like karaoke streams. I don't really watch karaoke streams, but I'm not against the idea. I can see myself listening to one in the background or something while I work, or you know, something like that. But as of now, I don't actively watch karaoke streams or anything like that. That might change in the future, though. I am looking for more content. Well, not more content. I'm more just trying to refine the content I'm already subscribed to. I'm subscribed to so many VTubers, it's not even funny. Because I got into VTubers and I decided I'm going to subscribe to basically everyone I come across. Not literally everyone. There's definitely some big ones that I'm not subscribed to. But I'm subscribed to a lot. Especially a lot of indies. Because I would search like VTuber, but search by channel instead of video or whatever. Sort by channel. And you can find like hundreds of channels that way. Brilliant Aura, that was close. Not shiny, but at least we got the brilliant. I almost went right past it. That's why I said that was close. Make sure I saved that. Okay. Critical hit? Wow, crit totally mattered, guys. My level 100 Gengar couldn't survive against this level 60 Sandyghast without a crit. Clearly. Okay. So we got our Watts. Because that's what we're all here for, right? Is we're just Watt hunting, right? Is that the stream? We're Watt hunting? That's what I should name it. Instead of Shiny Hunting the Third or whatever, I should just name it Watt Hunting. Hello, Bobo. Hi, baby. How you doing? One of my cats has decided to come say hi. He says, I'm hungry, Mom. Okay, you will get fed at 5, like always. I promise. It is 4:43 though. Stream actually has been going by a bit faster than I expected. That's good. Having something to talk about actually helps a lot. Especially because I don't have a chat currently. I'm trying to think what else to talk about, sorry. I don't know why I hopped off the bike there. I had no reason to. Every time I see it become overcast when I go into this part, I'm like, dang it, it's gonna rain, and then it doesn't, and I'm so happy, but it feels like it's gonna rain each time. And the reason I'm worried about that, because if it rains in this game, Sandyghast just won't spawn. It will melt. I don't know if it actually shows them melting if you happen to catch it when it starts raining. That'd be kind of interesting. It does make me wonder if it's going to start raining at 5. I'll wrap up at like 4:55, so I guess we won't know, but it's certainly an interesting thing to think about. The last 2 streams I got 12 each for Brilliant Auras. This time I've only got 8. My odds are not great today, but that's okay. I'm having a good stream. I know shiny hunting in a different game, like Scarlet and Violet, or Legends Arceus, or Legends ZA would be a lot easier because they're visible. But I don't have any of those games. And also, I feel like Scarlet and Violet would not be a good stream game because of how much lag it has. Like, I don't have a Switch 2. I know it's improved a lot on the Switch 2, which is great. But I don't have a Switch 2. So, I can't, like, realistically stream Scarlet and Violet because of the lag. I can't. I refuse to deal with that on stream. It's one thing if I'm just playing it by myself. I mean, it'd be annoying, but I'd survive, probably. You know, as long as I went in with the expectation that it's gonna lag and be janky and glitchy. Like, the glitches and stuff in the base version of the game are so bad. All sorts of glitches. Now Legends Arceus and Legends ZA, on the other hand, are different. But that's the thing, is that they're different. The gameplay is quite different, especially in ZA. Like, would I even enjoy them? I have no idea. Maybe. They're Pokemon still, so, like, there's still certain parts of it that I would want to do, but, you know, would I want to play through them on stream? Maybe. But I don't know if I would enjoy the battling, is the thing. That's why I'm so hesitant. Like, a part of me wants to get them just for the shiny hunting, which is ridiculous. Like, that's not how that should work. And also, like, I'm not a Pokemon channel. I know it seems that way because I play mainly Pokemon, but I don't know, maybe one day I'll rebrand as a Pokemon channel. But like I said, I do want to play, like, RPG Maker games. That kind of stuff, too, so keeping my channel as broad as it is, which is not super broad, to be fair. I am definitely in a few niches. But keeping it broad, like, allows me more freedom to do things. Like, I mean, at some point I might get sick of Pokemon, who knows? Probably not, but it could happen. It hasn't happened yet, thankfully. And the nice thing about Pokemon is if you get sick of one, you can pivot to a different one. Like how Heart Gold, I got stuck on Ice Path, which I will eventually do, because I do want to finish that run, because it was so good. Like, I got my level 24 Crobat, which is now like level 30 something, I think. But it evolved into Crobat at 24. Or 23. Whatever the next level is after it evolves into Golbat. Which I'm really proud of that, but, you know, if I can't get past Ice Path, like, what am I supposed to do? You know, I'm kind of stuck. So I need to really study that boulder puzzle in Ice Path, because the actual ice sliding puzzles are fine. Like, I wrote down how to do those. I tried to do the same for the boulder thing, but it just did not work out. And, like, I tried to watch Chugga Conroy and his playthrough of it to see how he did it. And he's, like, he kind of just talks through it, and, like, he doesn't explain anything he's doing. He pushes one out of the way, then goes to a different one, pushes that out of the way. You know, like, he doesn't do it in a very linear way. And I need someone who does it in a linear way so I can actually figure out how to do it. Because surely, like, the way he does it, it works for him and everything, but surely there's a simpler way. Like, do I really have to write down each move that he makes? I'd have to, like, slow down the video a little bit, probably. To, like, actually get down the steps, so I need to find someone else who plays Heart Gold specifically and try and watch, like, their playthrough of the Ice Paths. Because, like, looking at walkthroughs online and stuff does not help. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. I try to do that, and it just did not work. You can say, like, oh, you have to push this one this many spaces to the right, and this one that many spaces to the left. And I don't know which one is which, really. All the instructions I found just did not work. So, but I want to get past Ice Path so bad. And, like, actually fight Claire and, you know, go to the move deleter and get rid of Cut on my Feraligatr so I can actually put something good on it, like Waterfall or something, or... and then be ready for Claire's gym. Like, I've grinded a decent bit. My team is good levels and everything. It's just, I can only grind so much. And I need to get repels and stuff, and I don't have any more trainers to fight, so, like, my only way to get money in the game is to sell stuff. Which I don't know if I, like, have anything to sell in the game. Hopefully. But if I can't get repels, then I really am kind of stuck, because I refuse to go through that puzzle without repels. That was part of the frustration last time, was every 2 steps I would run into a Golbat or a Zubat. Which it would have been nice to catch a Golbat there originally when I went to evolve it into Crobat. I did look for a Golbat originally to evolve, but I settled on a Zubat and evolved it into Golbat instead of catching like a Golbat as it was. So it took longer, but it worked out. It had enough friendship by the time it went to evolve, and then I had a Crobat. But I've barely gotten to use it. So I have not abandoned Heart Gold. I will eventually go back to it, but for now, all I really have the energy for, because I've been busy preparing for college and stuff like that, is shiny hunting and sword. Wow, time really is going by faster. I thought that one had an aura, but it does not. No auras, okay. It's 4:51. So yeah, today's been pretty good. So we talked about jigsaw puzzles, we talked about manga. Not a whole lot, but we did talk about it. And then we talked about streamers and VTubers. Was that a brilliant aura? Yes, it was. Okay. You'll notice I'm wearing, like, the ghost trainer outfit. Because I'm training up my ghost team. For what purpose? I don't know. On this file, I've already beat the champion and everything, so... Another brilliant aura. See, look it. I knew it. 2 in 1 batch. It did happen. That's the second time that's happened to me. How lucky is that? Be even luckier if it was a shiny, but... See, I knew I wasn't misremembering. Pokemon gained EXP points. Wow, so 2 brilliant auras in 1 batch. That's pretty great. Nope. No brilliant auras. Okay. Well, after having 2 in 1 batch, I guess I can't really complain. But still, only 10 today compared to the 12 of before. I was starting to think I was gonna get 12 every time. And I would add it to my, like, total encounters, but because I don't know what that number is exactly, you'll notice it says 1k plus. Because I know it's for sure past 1k, because it's been sitting at 999 in my Pokedex forever. But I don't know, like, how far past 1k it is. For all I know, it's at 2k. I don't know. Like, I did not pay attention to that. In the future, when I shiny hunt, I will try and pay more attention to how many I encounter, especially, like, something I've only encountered a few times. I'll take a note of, like, how many I've encountered, and then actually, like, add to it each time, so it's proper, but for this, I can't really do that. Okay, we'll do one more sweep through, and if there's a brilliant aura, we'll battle it, but otherwise, I'm gonna wrap up. I see no brilliant auras. Okay. That's okay. Okay, so we're gonna save the game. 146 hours in this game. Wow. Okay, so. Sorry, I just gotta stretch. I hope that whoever was here, it did say I had one viewer, but nobody chatted, so it's hard to know if they're a lurker or. I have no idea. Oh, I should have put this on for performance mode. That was my bad. Hopefully the stream ran smoothly and everything. I couldn't tell, so it appears to be. Anyway, so come back on Monday for some more Pokemon Schwert or Sword, uh, in German. We're gonna continue our playthrough there, and then come back on Wednesday for some Pokemon Schwarze edition, which is Pokemon Black. And I will see you then. The